Ladies and gentlemen, now that the Nintendo Switch 2 is out, one thing that it changed for me is the way that I game. And what I mean by that is the entire time I had my Nintendo Switch, and I got it in 2018, so the entire generation almost, I played my Switch docked to the TV maybe 10 times. I just played handheld the whole time. If I wanted to play something a little bit more powerful, I would just play my PS5. I have played my Switch 2 docked to the TV no less than like 20 or 25 times already. It's just so impressive. Now that I'm playing docked to the TV more, I need a really good controller. And if you look back here, you can see a couple really good controllers. So we're going to review 4 controllers to find out what is the best Switch 2 controller currently. So let's go and get right into this video. So we have 4 controllers to review. We have the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, and this is currently the most popular controller for the Switch 2, and for good reason. I mean, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but it's just a really good controller. Now, I also found a wired version of the Pro controller, and this is made by PowerA, but this is officially licensed by Nintendo. You've probably seen some PowerA controllers, I think, from Xbox as well. This one's pretty interesting. Now, the first controller that I received for my Nintendo Switch 2 was an 8-bit Do Pro Bluetooth Gamepad, and they sent this over to review, and I gotta say, not a bad way to start out. The most recent controller that I've received in the mail from them is the 8-bit Do Ultimate 2 Bluetooth controller. This, at least on the surface, it seems the most similar to the Switch 2 Pro controller, and it's very sought after and everybody seems to be enjoying it, so I wonder if we will as well. So we will start with the Switch 2 Pro controller. And the hype around this controller, I mean, it is crazy, right? And I wasn't sure if I was going to get a Switch 2 Pro controller. But the hype, you know, it was, I mean, you've seen what it was and what it still is. So I was lucky enough to get one for Father's Day. I'm not just saying this to say this. My favorite controller before this was the PS5 controller. I think it is incredible, but the battery is like, what, 3 or 4 hours? This controller, I don't know what the battery life is. I'll put it on the screen if I can find it. It's just perfect. I cannot think about a single flaw. On camera it looks kind of small. My hands are humongous and this fits very comfortably. The PS5 controller might be a little bit more comfortable, but I actually prefer this shape. The thumbsticks on the Pro controller and the actual Switch, that's probably what surprised me the most about just everything. It just feels like you're not even touching anything. I don't know how to make that make sense. So not only is this a perfect controller, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10, the gyro controls are just insane. I love using them in Tears of the Kingdom and especially in Cyberpunk. It just makes the shooting so much better. So yeah, I really have no complaints with this controller at all. The price, I believe, is $80 or maybe $85 around there. I think that's a very fair price. Now, before I was able to get a Switch 2 Pro controller, this is what I was using. This is the 8-bit Do, or 8-bit Do, I say 8-bit Do, Pro 2 Bluetooth Gamepad. I really like these colors. It reminds me of like the Famicom, Super Famicom era. And yeah, they sent me this and they sent me another controller. We'll talk about it in a minute. I had no issue. One thing that I forgot to mention about the Switch 2 Pro controller is the new HD Rumble, or maybe HD2 Rumble, something like that. It's just improved rumble. Using this controller, this has great rumble, but I was able to see a difference using this to the Switch 2 Pro controller. I really like the way this controller feels. It's not as smooth as the Switch 2 Pro controller, especially when you're using these. This, you can feel it's rubbing on plastic. With the Switch 2 Pro controller, it feels like it's rubbing on air or something. So I can't really explain it, but very, very good controller. And one area where this controller really surprised me, and I didn't expect it to have it, is the gyro controls. As you can see, it's very, very responsive. So if you only are able to afford something like this, I don't know the price. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. Like I said, they sent this to me. This is a great filler for the time being. I gave the Switch 2 Pro controller a 10 out of 10. This controller right here, I would give an 8 out of 10. So the next controller, we have to use the dock because it's a wired controller. I'm not going to film my TV area because it's not that impressive. But this company, whatever this is, they sent me this little screen, and it's goofy, but it's really fun to use for situations like this. This is a wired controller. I believe the company is PowerA, but this is officially Nintendo licensed a Switch 2 controller. And it's a wired version of a Pro controller, essentially. But the buttons are all down here. Very interesting. You can see the back has all the back buttons. First impressions, these thumbsticks actually feel really good. They're like between the 8-bit Do Pro controller or gamepad and the Switch 2 Pro controller. They're like a lot more soft than the 8-bit Do, but not as soft as the actual Switch Pro controller. Another thing right away, this controller is very, very light. It feels like there's nothing in it. Whoa, what the hell is going on here? I mean, what better way to review it than actually use it, right? Oh, I'm very interested in this. Does a wired controller like this that feels empty have gyro controls? See, it doesn't. So you're already losing some points right there, especially because, I mean, that's a main feature of the Switch and the controllers. Yeah, this retails for 40 bucks. I'll put it on the screen. They do also have a like Mario themed one. That one is also 40 bucks, but Walmart has their own brand of this, which I almost picked up, but I thought, why? But that's a waste of money. And it's only $20. It might say on, like the on brand, which is what micro express SD card I'm using, and I gotta say, great quality. My honest opinion is this feels nice, like decent quality. I don't know if you can hear it rattling, probably not, but it's very, very like empty feeling and feels relatively cheap. I would have to give this one, honestly, like a 6 out of 10. And the last controller we're going to review is the Ultimate 2 Bluetooth controller. This controller is highly sought after, highly reviewed, a lot of hype around it, and essentially it looks like their version of a Switch 2 Pro controller. I was very excited to use this. So we're supposed to be using this with our Nintendo Switch 2, but we're going to be using a Switch, and here's the reason why. When you get these new 8-bit Do controllers, they have to have a firmware update, and they have those firmware updates out there, and that's what I had to do for this controller to get it to work with the Switch 2, and that worked, no issue. You also need to do it with this controller, but unfortunately, there's like a little glitch right now where that firmware update will not work on Mac computers. Even though they have the update for Mac and you can download it, it just will not work. So hopefully that's something they will fix soon. This is a big problem right now, and that's the only computer I have is my MacBook. But if you have a Windows computer or PC or something like that, you can easily use the firmware update, no problem. I have no games on this Switch currently because I just reset this. This was my old Switch before I got my Switch 2. Yeah, no games on here. I literally just reset this, but it's working. As you can see, no drift or anything. I know this is not exciting and something you would want to see, but you can see reviews of this out there. People are loving this with their Switch 2. I'm really bummed that I was not able to use this on my Switch 2, but I will give you my review of the actual controller and how it feels in hands. This is the closest thing to the Switch 2 Pro controller. Same weight. Thumbsticks feel way better than the this Pro 2 Bluetooth Gamepad, like way better. Very close to the Switch 2 Pro controller, I gotta say. So you have R1, R2, this would be R3 and L3, and then right here, R4 and L4. I don't know the price of this. If I can find it, I'll be putting it on the screen, because like I said, they sent this to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wish I could play a game and show you, but just off how it feels and how everything is well put together, I'm not even kidding. This is a 9 out of 10. This is so close to the Switch 2 Pro controller. Yeah, I thought the Switch 2 Pro controller was going to be the best one, and it obviously is, but you never know. And yeah, I mean, it just seems like there's a good option no matter where you look, especially for whatever price range you're in. In the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. What controller are you currently using on your Nintendo Switch 2? Did you pick up a new Pro controller? Are you using the old Pro controller? Are you using something third party? Just let me know. And if you made it to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, consider becoming a channel member because we're starting weekly streams actually today, later on today. So come and hang out, I'd love for you to join us, and you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out!